Just release it now.
And Amanda, I understand, I mean, obviously the House is expected to vote tomorrow. I understand you're going to go to Capitol Hill with survivors and others. What do you hope to, what message do you hope to send?
Oh, this moment is bigger than one singular event. This is a large thing for survivors everywhere, not just of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, but every single survivor of abuse, sexual abuse, trafficking. It is a moment to say that we see survivors, we believe them, we will stand with them, and as people in power, we will look to change. And so that's what we really hope to accomplish, is to reach our elected officials on another level, on the human level, remind them why they ran for office in the first place, and that is to represent us, their people. And I think it is so globally large now that people are listening when they weren't listening before, and it's a bittersweet moment because we wish that Virginia was here to see this. This was everything that she worked for decades. So it's just such a big ball of emotions. You know, we're happy in certain moments because it is coming to a vote, but there are moments where we just can't help the tears from coming because she should be here to see this.
And Skye, I mean, I want to ask you about the emails which were released by the House Oversight Democrats last week through the Epstein estate. Some of them said that President Trump, quote, knew about the girls, seemingly in reference to Trump's claim that he kicked Epstein out of his Mar-a-Lago club for poaching young women who worked there. One email claims that Trump, quote, spent hours with a victim at Epstein's house, whom House Republicans identified as your sister. When you read that and heard that that's who the victim was that was noted, I'm wondering what you thought, because I know that your sister never implicated the president of any wrongdoing in her book or public comments.
I think it's very much twofold, Anderson, because like you had noted, no, she didn't. She always said that he was nice to her, but not necessarily like that he wasn't around Epstein, that he couldn't have been implicated in another way, shape, or form. I think that'd be naive to say, because it would take away from another survivor's story potentially that would come forward, and they have their own experiences potentially with President Trump himself. I think the biggest opportunity we have here now is that the fact that he is named in these files, the fact that his name is being brought up well over, I mean, almost to an extent of hundreds, if not thousands of times in these documents. Anybody who is in these files should be thoroughly investigated to the fullest extent. And the problem is, and I think this is where the American people don't need to get confused, is because a lot of what they're getting is out of the estate right now. It's not necessarily out of the files that the DOJ has. It's out of the estate itself that they're summoning a lot of these documents. And Anderson, how careless is it for them to actually name and unredact her name when she's not here to speak for herself? Mm-hmm. I think it really did feel like a slap in the face. It felt like they were trying to vindicate President Trump in some way and say, oh, it's no longer a hoax because Virginia cleared my name. Mm-hmm. That's not the case here. She can't be used as a political toy. I think no survivor should be used as political toys, and we need to start respecting them and make sure that we are being, if they truly care, I mean, this is what they've ran their campaign on. They released the files, but also Speaker Mike Johnson has said, well, we have to make sure the names are redacted. That's why we haven't released the documents. Well, why is the White House and the House Committee for the Republicans releasing my sister's name when she's not here? That's a contradiction to what they're saying. I think they should fully redact every name for the protection